All right.
Before 9 o'clock, and then I go home and rest. That's my plan every morning.
And it's like, you don't know what to do because, like, at some points you want to do what you want to do.
A woman brings a child into court, and just a minute after Judge Shapiro sees the little girl, he falls in love and tells her to come next to him.
What is your name?
Sophia,
How old are you?
6.
6. You got old. You were 5.
She just turned 6 on
She was
12
5
to
when she was
12.
standing there. She's 6. Between there and here, she aged the year.
Sunday,
But
she just turned 6.
I mean, who doesn't love kids, right? Especially if they're as smart as little Sophia right here. Judge asks her what she wants to be, and she says she wants to be a farmer.
What, do you want to be, a farmer?
Yes.
You want to feed people? You want to raise food to feed people?
I want to feed animals.
Want to feed animals? Boy, she has a good heart.
She does.
That's
My
wonderful.
little.
The judge and Sophia's relationship jumps steps ahead as he asks her to help him judging in her mother's case.
Your mother has a ticket that's $85. Look at me. Don't look at your mother. Okay? Now, you're going to be honest, okay? All right. Now, I can charge her $85, or I can charge her something less.
The judge puts the matters to Sophia's hands. There are options in which he could charge her mother. The first is $85, which is the original fine. The second is $50, which depends on the situation. If it's right, he could reduce the fine to this. Or the third option, which is to charge her nothing.
I can charge her $50, or I can charge her nothing. What should I charge her?
$50.
50. Okay. She's a tough judge.
It's the common core, Josh.
Judge asks Sophia if it's okay to charge her nothing. You're not going to believe Sophia's response.
I'm going to ask you a question. Would it be okay with you if I charge her nothing?
No.
No.
Oh, no. This is not helping me.
In other words, you think she should pay, right?
Yes.
Sophia's mother tries to explain to her daughter that if she doesn't pay anything, she could get a toy for her or anything she wants. But Sophia is not buying into that.
If mommy pays 0, nothing, you know.
All right, should I charge her nothing or should I charge her 20?
20.
20.
You know
This
what,
is
Your Honor?
not helping.
She is the good one. She didn't fall for that bribe in open court.
Well, the judge is willing to be merciful. I mean, that's a very good young lady right there. Whatever she becomes in the future, she's gonna shine bright.
Great job.
Thank
I want you to understand, that we know how much you love your mommy and how much she loves you. So we're going to dismiss it. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thanks.
You got a wonderful young lady there. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks. She's a wonderful.
Mr. Steller comes to court with his wife. He has 4 red light violations. He claims he has trouble with the lights on the street, so he takes another one.
Lisa, let's look at 846 first. That's pretty close. What's the time on that?
.3, Your Honor.
All right. Let me see the second one. The second one would be 269.
I mean, the man is just unlucky. It happens more than twice, and the duration difference isn't usually that big. It's good that he's passing another
I
direction.
go up Smith Street now. I totally avoid both those lights.
Is Smith Street longer? Is it a longer
No,
distance?
it's about the same because I come from the highway anyway. So.
I don't want you speeding on Smith Street.
No,
now
no,
because
no.
It's a longer distance. All right, one of these was .3, so I'm going to dismiss that one.
Okay.
The judge dismissed the one closest to the number the state doesn't prosecute for. The court is going to charge for the other 2 cases.
This one was not paid. Just in case you don't know, you're getting dirty looks.
Yeah, I know. I can imagine.
It's $170. Good luck to you.
Miss Leslie is charged for 3 red light violations and a speeding ticket. Her 2 kids are with her in court.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Who are these? Your 2 lawyers with you? Who are they?
Yeah. My 2 children.
Leslie, you have 1, 2, 3. You have 3 red light violations and a speeding ticket.
Oh my God, the red lights is over there by Westminster Mayor Inn.
Miss Leslie claims each time she's gotten the red light violations was when she was coming back from work after doing an overnight shift. So she's usually very tired and is always rushing to get home.
808. All right, you see, here's what happened. I want you to look at this video. You see the video? All right, you made a right-hand turn on red. And you are allowed to make a right-hand turn on red.
Yeah.
The turning she made on the red light was allowed a few months back, but was later prohibited. She passed the road every day, and she was used to making the turn on a red light. She didn't pay attention to the sign that prohibits it.
Now, 3 months later, let's look at 558. Same location. What's this? Right on red after stop.
Yeah.
So you travel the route every day. There's no
Yes.
sign. You can make a right-hand turn. Then
Yes.
The judge dismisses the second red light charge, but as he calculates the total, it's starting to look like a mountain that she is currently not in the capacity to climb.
and $85 for one red light. It's going to cost you a total of $135 plus a $100 boot fee. Is there anything you want to tell me?
Your Honor, all I brought with me was $100.
She says she only brought $100 with her because she had just paid her rent. Instead of the judge telling her to go figure it out, he decides to learn a bit more about her.
Are you working?
Oh, yes. I work at a group home in Warwick. I do overnight shift. And take care of 3 kids by myself.
You're single
Yeah,
mom?
single mom of 3. My oldest, he's going to be 21. He just started working, painting houses.
She usually has a lot on her mind, single mother with 3 kids, and she's also taking care of her niece. One of the charges involved her rushing to drop her niece off at school. There's only one car, and she's the only one that drives it, so she has to get all of them to school.
Then I go and I rush both of them to go drop them off so they can all reach school before 9 o'clock. And then I go home and rest. That's my plan every morning.
Many people have an opportunity to view court proceedings.
Well, the judge surprises her. Apparently, some people have an opportunity to view court proceedings before the case actually happens. They donate a check, and the judge will give it to the right person. A woman from Texas has donated money by check, and she sent a letter with it.
Who just says that she lost her husband after 43 years and she's alone, and that she wants to help somebody else who really needs it.
Wow, that's
So
nice of her.
she sent some money in, and we're going to use that. And we also have a Roberta Sheila from Anderson, Texas.
She's a hero, taking care of so many people while she's struggling to make ends meet. And props to all the good people who make us think there's still good in the world.
Released on the amount of money you have, and you won't have to pay anything else.
Oh, thank you
Now,
so much.
Is that going to
Thank
leave you short? I don't want to leave you with no money.
Thank you. I mean,
If you pay the 100, is that going to mean you're going to be broke?
no, my rent is due today, but I'll speak to the manager in the facility.
No, we're not going to do that.
The judge just made this woman's day. She has probably been worried about how she's going to make it all work with the money she has in hand, and he just waved a big worry off her mind. But I hope she finds a way to avoid making more errors on the road, so she won't end up in court again.
You know, as I was talking to Leslie, so what is it you want to tell me?
Well, we want to help her with the rest of the $100.
Thank you.
You're going to contribute the $100?
Yes, we will.
That's wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Miss Faith is charged with red light violations on 2 different streets. And funny enough, she has a parking ticket that has not been paid for the last 7 years.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say I'll address the one for 7 years. I was out in California taking care of my dad. I brought my dad back from California, living in Rhode Island. The car was actually registered to him. I bought it for him.
She can't remember what happened on Hope Street because it was quite a long time ago. The notices sent were all sent to the place they were living at the time, which was in California, and that's the reason she hasn't paid the parking ticket.
And unfortunately, he passed away, but I got to keep him home and take care of him.
Faith,
Yeah.
I'm dismissing that ticket.
Okay, thank you.
Just if for nothing else, in memory of your dad and to honor his service to the country.
Judge Caprio is quite a humane judge. He saw how she was fighting the emotions while she was talking about her dad and decided to dismiss the ticket so she wouldn't get as emotional anymore. Well, that's not the only emotional roller coaster that has caused her to make some violations.
Speaking about New Year's Eve, I went to Twin River and met a guy I thought who was nice. That night it was pouring rain, and he asked me if I would take him back to his house to get some more money to go back to Twin River.
Who's he?
This gentleman I met.
Oh, okay.
She had committed the red light offense with the guy in the car. He was becoming a bit aggressive, and she was scared at the moment. She wanted to get him out of the car as soon as possible.
Right, you're driving to get more money and you want to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Now he's becoming aggressive.
Yeah, and it was pouring rain, and he was giving me all different sorts of directions, so I don't even know where this actually happened.
Well, this was on Pleasant Valley Parkway and Valley Street.
She had met the gentleman at a casino called Twin Rivers. He pretended to be nice, telling her all that she needed to hear, all because he wanted to get her to drive him home to get more money. She agreed, but while they were driving, he began to tell her directions that she couldn't see because of the heavy rain, and he began to scare her, and he was shouting and yelling at her. She wanted to get him out as fast as possible, and that's where she made the error that has brought her to court.
Based on that story, I understand this probably had to be a traumatic situation for you, so.
It was supposed to be New Year's, but thank you and have a nice day.
You know, there's an old saying we have down here, no good deed goes unpunished.
We try to be trusting people, but it doesn't always happen.
Miss Mitchell comes to court with her son, and before Judge Caprio starts to analyze the case, her son Aaron greets the judge in a polite manner.
Arion, and I am in the 7th grade, and I am very tall for my age, as some people say.
You are very what?
I'm very tall for my age.
Oh, you're very tall for your age.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're handsome, too. You get a handsome...
He goes to school at the Providence Center School. He's autistic, and he also has ADHD. It's kind of hard to know something like that unless it's told, because the boy looks quite intelligent, and he does make a great impression.
What do you want to do when you get out of school? Anything special?
I want to go to a good college and, probably do something successful, but I don't know yet. I have a lot of options. It's kind of hard to decide when you're at this age still.
That's the most mature and realistic thing I've heard from a 12-year-old.
Especially when you're 20. And it's you don't know what to do because at some points you want to do what you want to do, but then again you don't want to disappoint your family in any type of way.
You are speaking with the maturity of an adult. He's very mature.
She clearly raised him right. As she said, a lot of work went into it. Hard work, love, and dedication. Considering he's on the spectrum, I can't imagine how many bridges they had to cross to get where they are today. Unfortunately, she seems to have a problem with traffic lights.
Okay, the light is red already. The light is red. The light is red. Actually, she stopped. All right, Lisa, let's look at 440. The light is red, the light is red, the light is red. She almost stopped. What do you think? Did she stop sufficiently for me to give her a break on that?
Yeah.
Aaron speaks on the matter, saying he sees his mom do that most times, and he doesn't think there's a big problem with it. Well, the last one is the one he had an issue with.
Is that her car?
Okay.
How dare you?
I just heard you say, I dare you.
I said, how dare you?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I said, how dare you? Because she's how could you do that?
He is quite dramatic sometimes, but honestly, that violation does deserve a fine. It didn't look like she was rushing. She was just being an opportunist at the moment. It's quite understandable that he's being dramatic. Judge Caprio is quite intrigued by the boy's behavior.
Reluctant about talking about autism?
I do not.
Right. Because I am so impressed with this young man. And you started off by saying, that he has autism. Mm-hmm. Tell us about this. Maybe you want to tell us. Do you want to talk?
Yeah.
Miss Mitchell says that ever since he was small, they've suspected that he might be on the spectrum. They initially thought it was Asperger's syndrome until they got a diagnosis. The diagnosis confirmed their fears, but unfortunately, his dad left suddenly, and that's when his behavioral problems began. They went through a lot of work to get him to the Providence School Center because public schools couldn't handle his needs.
And through the whole process, ended up getting placement for him at the Providence Center School for me because in the public schools, they just weren't equipped to handle outbursts that he has and the needs that he had. And I was getting called to the school 2-3 times a week.
Aaron shares his experiences with ADHD, and he brings a quite hopeful and mature approach to it. He says he doesn't really seem to bother about this ADHD. He sees it as a part of himself, and he doesn't see anything wrong with it. He says in his former schools, other students have been mean to him about it. But since he met someone else with the same thing as him, his whole perspective has changed.
Just because you have I know someone else who has autism and ADHD, and he goes to my school. And I think just because you're different, that doesn't mean you should be treated differently because we're all human beings. And personally, I don't see myself that different from other people just because I have autism.
He takes it a step forward, saying he's proud of his autism because it's made him who he is. That's honestly quite inspirational.
Can you come up here? I want to shake your hand. You should be real proud of this guy. Okay, here's what we're going to do. What is your verdict in this case?
Case dismissed.
Miss Samantha appeared in court with her daughter, Alexa. Miss Samantha is being charged with a red light violation.
All right, tell us a little bit about yourself. Your name is?
Alexa,
And how old are you?
8,
Where do you go to school?
Silver Spring.
And you're not in class this morning, right?
No,
Are you going to class as soon as we leave here?
no.
No?
I have an eye doctor's appointment.
Oh, okay. Well, you have a doctor's appointment, so you're going to do all of that this morning.
As Judge Caprio interviewed Alexa, she gives effortless responses that makes Judge Caprio invite her to stay and judge the case with him.
Now, when you get older and you are like an adult, what do you want to do in life?
I don't know.
You want to be a doctor? You want to be a scientist? Do you want to be
A vet.
a veterinarian? I think that's wonderful. So you like animals?
Yeah,
Okay. What's your favorite animal? Is it a cat, dog?
a dog.
Dogs? Do you have a dog?
Yeah.
They checked the video of the red light violation together. It's kind of a close one. She was making use of the opportunity by following the car right in front of her.
All right, which one was the mom's car?
The last vehicle, Judge, the silver one.
Let's look at it again. Light is red. Okay. Now, were you in the vehicle? No, you wasn't. Did you take a look at that?
Alexa tries to defend her mom, saying her mother would have never done something like that, even pleading with the judge to dismiss the case.
'Cause Mom was frightened by the man there.
Did you tell her to say that?
No, I
No.
did not.
Oh, so there was a man there, and if she stopped,
There was a man there, and that might be true. She did want to slow down, but when the man turned to her, she rushed past, following the car in front of her. Unfortunately, time is very important with these things, and she didn't execute it at the right time. And now she's changed by the state.
I saw my stuffed animal in your car.
She decorates my back windshield with all her stuffed animals, so they were present also.
Oh, so there's witnesses to the case, Judge.
there were witnesses to the case. They were in the car. Okay. Well, thank you for helping me. It was wonderful having you up here.